Yo, this is My People's Podcast, and this is episode 53. Got my mans in the building, Sensei Troy. Got my man Hottie Moo. Got my nigga OG
Yo.
Johnson.
Yeah.
We about to get started. A lot of people about to a lot of other people about to come in and join later on. But for now, we got us in the building.
Yes,
We
sir.
about to get on these topics. First off, I want to say how y'all feeling. How y'all feeling?
Decent.
Yeah.
I know niggas getting that money right now.
Yeah. Decent. Decadent. Nice day to make $1.
I want to start up the topic by saying this quarantine lockdown shit is not gonna work. Not with all this fucking good weather going on right now.
Hell no. They giving niggas the money to go out there and do whatever the fuck they want in good weather.
Yo, you can't give a nigga 88 degrees and not expect this nigga not to go outside. Like, I don't care what nobody said. We not rich. We ain't got patios and fucking shit where we can enjoy. We gotta be outside. Like,
You gotta be in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, for
20 feet,
real.
motherfucker.
That's how I feel. Like, this whole week just shows, nigga, as I'm walking down the street,
I'm not.
nigga, even us, we was outside.
That's what I was saying. I don't support like new people hanging out with new people, but people you hung out before quarantine, go back around them, nigga. Show some love.
For real. I just feel it though. We gotta come to
Bad stuff though.
everybody gotta come to like a type of agreement on what's the precautions of doing something before like you go outside. Like for instance, I feel as though every nigga that you about to be around gotta at least write down 5 names of people they've been around before you. Like nigga, so you can
you gotta know the niggas
you
you
got
been around too.
you about to come through. Alright, yo, write the last 5 motherfuckers you named you was next to on a piece of paper. Give me that paper in case something happened to me. I know the fuck to trace it to. You feel me? But other than that shit gonna be a little difficult because
Yeah. I say just still mask up and wash your hands often. Like
because I feel as though it's slowing down. Don't get me wrong. The COVID shit is slowing down. Like at this moment right now, we got it's like really like 1,000 people getting like a positive, like getting positive for the COVID-19 shit.
positive cases.
Yeah, positive cases like 1,000 now. Before it used to be like 4,000 every day. So now it dropped down to like 1,000, and that's throughout the whole New Jersey area. Like it's 1,000. That's actually good. That's including Essex, Union County, Mercer County.
Densely populated too.
That's 1,000 too many for me.
That is. Don't get me wrong, it is. But compared to 4,000 we was getting every day, and now
much better.
yeah, and now we done dropped down to where we at now? We at like it's still too many deaths. Like, it's not a lot, but it's 100. We at like 100. When we was getting like 300 and something deaths a day. I think the highest was like 500 and something in one day. So we could see the what they say, the curve. You can see it declining. You feel me? And that's why New Jersey ready to go into like the second phase. But I ain't trusting shit. You told you can't trust shit until you know when certain shit start opening. When certain shit start opening, then you'll know. Somebody background loud as hell. Troy, that's you?
My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Roll
It's Irvington Streets. It's the Irvington Streets, man. It ain't me.
So with that,
going back by my house, fuck Irvington. I said it on public entertainment. Fuck Irvington.
But how I see it now is like, if they don't, certain shit gotta open before I know they comfortable. Because I feel as though like if they ain't opening no restaurants and no shit like that, then I can't fuck with it.
Actually, starting after Memorial Day, Monday, Tuesday, and shit like that, they're gonna start opening back like non-essential businesses between those hours, between the 8 o'clock and the 8 o'clock at night type shit, whatever the time is. They doing that. They starting to open every like the non-essential shit. They can open back up like next week.
Yeah, but I ain't going. I ain't starting when they starting. I get that shit like a month or
No.
It's
two. I get
yeah,
that shit
it's
like a month or two. And I told you, cancel 2020, man. It's over, bro.
but the
Like,
non-essential stores is like Hobby Lobby, Five Below. What the how you gonna go there and shop every day? You don't go there every day anyway. You go there, you grab. Now you can grab your Five Below shit. Get the fuck back in the crib. Now you got something to do. A hobby,
yeah,
a
but
puzzle.
it's
Put a puzzle together.
like,
That's what
bro,
I'm fucking
I
with.
be feeling like we know at certain places they not gonna be fucking cleaning they shit up every hour on the hour.
Uh-huh.
They not
Yeah,
gonna be doing all the protocols to not
Nah.
to make sure that shit don't spread again. That's why I'm saying like certain places. No offense, like SNA, they not gonna be fucking wiping their doors down every fucking 30 minutes or some shit like that. Like you feel me?
And you know the movies is out.
Yeah, it's over with. Cancel 2020 with all that extra bullshit. I feel as though, like you said, a lot of people became fuck it. Like they like, yo, fuck it. Like I'm not about to be in the house all day. I'm about to go outside. I even see
Mm-hmm.
people talking to people, no masks on no more.
Uh-huh.
I be looking like, yo, like we still gotta play it safe because that's how that shit can go back up. You feel me? That's how that shit can everything could just pop back up.
You're right.
But the crazy
yeah,
shit is,
you're
the
right.
crazy shit is, motherfuckers is bitching and shit about being outside. It ain't like they doing nothing important. Motherfuckers
Yeah,
just
chilling.
outside. Yeah, you outside chilling. You ain't doing shit important.
And that's some real shit. Nobody ain't doing nothing important to the fact where they
Except
have to
me.
be outside.
Exactly.
Unless it's
I
work
do.
or some shit.
Yeah,
Unless it's work.
I
I'm
ain't
an
gonna
essential
lie.
worker. I work Uber Eats.
Yeah, they ain't gonna wanna hear that shit.
Shit, I think that's more than I don't really want a motherfucker bringing my food to me. Like we fucking he been everywhere that day.
That's true too.
Nah. I got sanitize. I sanitize every time I get out my shit and every time I get in my shit. That's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You feel me? I ain't trying.
that is different because it's like, oh, shout out to my boy Dre in the fucking comment section. My boy was good, G. But yeah, it's different. It's definitely gonna be even more difficult to to just live that life that we had before 2020, before all
Oh
this
yeah, say
bullshit.
say goodbye to the norm.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna. Everybody's just not gonna be beat for certain shit. But I just think that nowadays, like that shit ain't as contagious as it is. Cause I feel as though the only way it's gonna like bitter down is when our bodies get immune to it. Same way as any other fucking virus that had pop around and and start spreading and shit. Niggas either one start becoming immune to it, like like the flu, for instance. A lot of motherfuckers, they say a lot of people still to this day die from the flu, but it be motherfuckers that never had this shit. Like, for instance, they said like your immune system is built off the shit that you're in your life. Like a lot of parents that didn't allow their kids to crawl on the floor and certain shit like that when they was a child, and all that extra shit, their immune system become mad low when they get older because they wasn't exposed to mad germs. You feel me? They said a motherfucker that was in the dirt, playing in the dirt and shit like that as a child and all that shit, to believe it or not, that shit actually builds your immune system as you grow up
Yes.
because
Mm-hmm.
it is like you being exposed to all these bacterias and shit like that. And granted, you get, I'm saying, niggas get wingworms and all types of shit, get sick and all types of shit. But your body become immune to, that's why it's called an immune system. Your body becomes, I ain't saying like you'll never catch it again, but what I'm saying is
It'll be
your
more.
body
Yeah.
seen it before, so it knows
It can
how.
handle it more.
Yeah, it knows how to react to that. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people that catch the flu as a, like, they be like, oh, them germophobic motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers, when they get sick, they really get sick because they don't know, like, their immune system is not never been exposed to certain shit before. So when they do, it don't know how to react to it, and it winds up getting worse than what it is, and they body get more fucked up. Like, that's why they be telling people, like, a lot of people that's like germophobic, that really like never had the flu before, never had a cold before, and all that extra shit, when they do get it, it's more severe for them because they not used to that. They body not used to that. That's why they catch pneumonia and all that extra shit with it,
Mm-hmm.
because their body not exposed. And another thing is that these niggas, like, believe it or not, the government, how the medical field in the United States handled this shit was wrong, because come to find out is that they shouldn't have never put people on ventilators. Period.
Uh,
Because when they was putting people on ventilators, their body was giving up on them, and people then they just starting to realize that shit, but they been knew that shit was happening because,
yeah.
for instance, um,
That always happen. People get put on like after like car accidents and stuff. Once they put them on a respirator, their lungs will collapse.
yeah,
This goes back like respirators are good in certain situations, but most of the time, if you go to the hospital, they would not put people with certain conditions on a respirator.
for real. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
remember
got to sign a waiver to actually get on one of them shits in case something like that do happen. I think, right?
yeah, because
Yeah,
I
waivers
heard
on
that
respirators. Yep.
the ventilator, when they put you on a ventilator, when you fucked up, they knock you out, and and now your body is dependent on the fucking ventilators to give you oxygen, but it's giving you too much oxygen. Like they said, when you catch COVID-19, your lungs, some part of your lung is like a sponge, and certain parts of it is like basically fucked up, but certain parts of your lungs is good. But if you give too much air to those actual good part of your lungs, it starts to bust your fucking lungs. Like, it starts to bust them sections open. Like air was like too much air getting into them. That's why
Yeah.
when when I first started when the COVID-19 first popped off, it was some old ass man that went on the news, and he survived the shit, and he was basically explaining how he did it, and he was like, he didn't want his body to depend on nothing. He wanted his body to work its way back to normal, back to health. So what he did was, he, instead of sitting on the ventilator, he said it was hurting him like fuck. But what was happening was, he was getting up, walking around the hospital room, doing shit where it built his immune system and it
Yeah.
built his lungs back up without the ventilator. You feel what I'm
Mm,
saying?
hell yeah.
So it's like, and shout out to Joe Rogan podcast or whatever, but he had Michael Yo on there, and he was like the first person that them niggas knew caught the COVID-19, and when he explained this shit, y'all gotta watch it. But when he explained his story, or how he got over it and everything, when he went to the hospital, they wanted to put him on a ventilator, but one of the doctors said, "Do not put him on a ventilator because if you do, he will die." Like, because I guess, like I said, when your body start depending on the ventilator, it starts to give up. Like, basically, your body is giving up on its natural causes of how you breathe and move around by yourself. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you saying, like,
Hell yeah. Our body more scientific than a lot of motherfuckers realize.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. A lot of our body is more scientifically capable of taking care of itself more than
Hell yeah.
these machines that they building. Like, don't get me wrong, them machines do well, but I always
Our
thought that
body
a
stay at 97
ventilator,
degrees to kill every virus.
yeah, I thought
Our
that
shit stay at a certain
ventilators.
temperature and raises when shit comes in. That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that ventilators was created like only for when you in a coma or some shit and you can't breathe on your own because your body is actually not, you know,
Capable.
mobilizing to that point. So you got to have a ventilator to help you breathe. And, shit like that. That's what I thought it was for. I never thought it was for, I never even thought that. It probably wasn't even made for, if your lungs give up on you, it's to help you know what I'm saying, breathe again. But then you got to think about your lungs is going through, it's like your lungs is fucking infected. So
Yeah.
helping you breathe is good. Now, don't get me wrong, it probably saved a million people's lives. But a lot of people would have been like, they said like 80% of people that was on a ventilator died.
80? Damn.
80. Like 80% that was on the
That
ventilators
is
died.
that
So
is
it's,
terrible numbers.
yeah, it's just to
Holy
show
shit.
you that like only 20% of people that was put on the ventilator survived. But it was funny how everybody was complaining about not having enough ventilators, but how if like why would that even matter uh if basically if like I said if only 20 people surviving off this shit.
Yeah.
And another thing is that what people don't know is that people that was infected with COVID-19 and was released from hospitals never got a second test to show whether it was positive or not. So basically,
Oh,
if you go to the hospital sick as fuck, and they like, all right, we gotta run a test and see if he got it. Oh, he got it, and then they know you got it, and then throughout the 2 weeks course or whatever, 8 days, 7 days, 5 days, some people got better in 3 days. It's not necessarily 2 weeks, but if you got better
yeah.
within that time span, and they'll just check your temperature and everything and make sure that if your temperature went back to normal, you good back at breathing and everything, they'll just release you from the hospital. They won't check you again to make sure you still positive. They'll just release you from the
Well,
hospital.
no, actually, that's actually kind of a good thing because when the curve was high, that would have been the dumbest thing you could have done. Because if you got to go back for what do they call it? A follow up exam. If you got to go for a follow up exam, you already had it. Now you go back to those hospitals, you're gonna die because you're gonna get COVID again. So I don't think going up for that follow up exam was good. A home test or some shit, if they came out with those, then yeah. But going back, I don't think they should do that.
But what I'm
No.
trying to say is that this is what not don't make it good. It's because you could still have the fucking virus. You could still have COVID-19. Just because your temperature got low and you can breathe now and you better. You can still have that shit. But since this is what they say, they will be willing to release somebody and take that chance of that person still being affected than having the fucking hospitals backed up. Because imagine if they did check your shit again and you
Yeah,
was positive, you'll have to stay in the hospital. You feel
again, right,
again, making
right.
it less room making it less room for people that's coming in already, you know what I'm saying, experiencing the shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they was also releasing motherfuckers without checking them. And that was the crazy part. Is because they was releasing motherfuckers. You just because, like I said, just because your fever went down, you feel better at breathing, doesn't mean that you're still not positive. You still don't have this shit. And then they just releasing you. They releasing you because you're better. Because they need more room for the next motherfuckers coming in.
Where some more severe issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the crazy part to the whole
But they was
situation.
actually sending niggas home too. If they was too far gone, they wasn't doing nothing to you. They was like, just go home and stay away from people. You're gonna die.
Yeah, the crazy part is I want to know
that's
how many
nuts.
motherfuckers, how many
I go to a hospital and they say that, I promise you, 10 people in that motherfucker gonna die with me.
That's
I ain't
true.
leaving that motherfucker without dying. They telling me to go home and die. Bitch, I'm gonna die here with y'all.
A lot of people didn't want to go home and die.
I'm just talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
just talking. But
The
that's just
problem is that, man, that's the fucked up part is that a lot of people died without their families around them.
The worst shit about this shit was two things. It's motherfuckers running around with this shit with no symptoms, just passing it to everybody. Never been to the doctor. Don't even know they got the shit because ain't no symptoms to them. Then you got it like,
damn, they closed.
because you gotta realize too, if I was in the hospital and this shit jumped off, I would be scared as shit because I'd be like, yo, y'all just let these motherfuckers in with this pandemic? Because you know, there's people in the hospital with heart problems and all that shit and all that shit. Now you got 1,000 motherfuckers with a pandemic disease in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's one thing that you'll be scared of.
drive-through.
Like that's another thing that you'll be scared of is because
You got some of them shit?
you gotta fucking
You got the pieces?
deal with fucking. Hey Troy, put your shit on mute.
Alright, I get up with you.
Nah, you got the problem is that like you said, a lot of motherfuckers is there for other reasons before this COVID-19 shit even popped off. And you in the hospital, and then all of a sudden, like you said, they're letting all these infected motherfuckers in the same hospital as you. Now you probably scared as fuck to get, you know what I'm saying, caught up with that shit.
I forgot what movie I was watching. The motherfucker had some kind of disease, so he decides to go to his boy house with all the kids. So he said, motherfucker, you got the disease? He said, yeah. So he said, you decided to fucking come here? Like, motherfucker, is you crazy? Like, that's how motherfuckers in the hospital felt. Like, yo, what the fuck?
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I just want to
I'm
see.
already having an asthma attack and I can't breathe. Now you bring a motherfucker in here that can potentially kill me.
I mean,
My whole thing is that.
That's the spot for that shit, though. If you're sick, go to those buildings. That's why they built them shits.
Nah, them shits is for like normal sicknesses. You know what I'm saying? You need surgery. You broke your arm. When it comes down to that type of shit, like a pandemic, that's when the CDC is supposed to come and quarantine shit off.
Yeah, that's
true. That's when you're supposed to be in that little tent.
I swear to God, if they would have swooped into our cities and did that shit and made me stay in the house, I would not be a happy fucking American right now. Because even though they said go in the house, I could still go to the store if I want to. Now, if they would have CDC would have scooped into our city and shut our doors, you crazy. Fuck no. They need to stay where they at. Keep them tents where the fuck they at. We gonna live through this. We strong.
This is how I know that it's over. If they send out these second stimulus checks, they locking up. It's over for the summer. I'm telling you, they're going to lock down. They're going to have the lockdown. Payment? Oh yeah, that's the payment. They're going to extend the lockdown to like August. Once they drop them shits, trust me, they don't give money out for no fucking reason.
They're like, these niggas are friends. Make them stay in the house.
Yep. They're like, here go this $1,200, but we're going to extend the lockdown. No more.
That money.
I think it's gonna be more than these two, bro.
Yo, that stimulus check is because all these rich people getting rich. So they said, get these niggas a little bit of money so they shut the fuck up and don't have nothing to say. Because we getting all these billions.
That shit is crippling our society right now, nigga.
It's not for the rich people.
It is, but
For
then
the
I
people
feel as though that shit
actually
is.
on unemployment, the people
Yeah.
that's actually like on unemployment and shit is crippling them so bad right now because
When
they're not gonna want to work again, nigga. You're getting 600 on top of whatever your unemployment is. So say your unemployment is 600 and you get an extra 600. They're doing that until January 2021. Who is going to work until 2021 if they're getting $600 plus, say $700 a week until 2021? Are you going to look for a
But
new
the
job?
difference is that niggas shit is getting stopped though. Like my man's was telling me that his shit just stopped on him. Like
Yeah, because it's under
basically,
investigation. But the
nah.
600 not going
He
to stop. Okay?
no. I'm talking
no,
about his unemployment stopped
His
because
weeks,
his week stopped
they
because
get 13 extra weeks. They making niggas lazy, bro.
yeah.
It's a whole formulation. They got 13-week extension. He could go get 13 more weeks of $600.
Right now.
Literally.
Right now.
he working
So
though.
2021, well, 13 weeks because he ain't only got 13 weeks. But
But like I
nigga,
said, yeah, that makes it an excuse for niggas
they're
not to work.
crippling the
But it's
society.
still work
It's
out
not
here.
stimulating it. I don't believe it's stimulation. This is crippling. I enjoy the money though, honestly.
Shit, me, I wish I
But it ain't
could.
what we need. It is not what we need, bro.
I feel as though all this shit is just going to show. I feel as though, like I said, out and one way or another, we'll be paying this shit back. Trust and believe that. And this is our money already. So
Yeah,
they
exactly,
not
because
giving
everybody
us.
got money on unemployment.
It ain't like they not giving us no free money. Trust me.
Mm-mm.
This is
Nah,
money that they got from us, and
Hell
they
yeah,
it's
to
just
pay
our
them
money.
taxes.
yeah. But
Yeah.
and best believe, don't be surprised when the McChicken is like $4 next year, and niggas is wondering why the taxes is $3.50, and like you gonna be mad as hell. You feel me? Why taxes $2.50 on a McChicken? Nigga, because they gave your ass them stimulus and all that unemployment. And the fucked up part is the more niggas that's coming on unemployment and all that shit, the more money we all gonna owe back. Even niggas that
Well,
wasn't on unemployment.
you know that's the case anyway, because the states already said they got to figure out how they gonna get all this money back.
Oh yeah,
Hell
and,
yeah.
and, and another thing
They
is,
already
Because
said it.
the federal government leaving it to the state, of course.
and you know one thing too, ain't nobody gonna want to hear no excuses why you ain't pay your rent, why your rent backed up 3 months, why your mortgage back up. All this money that they giving to us is for us to not have no excuses when they start taking shit from niggas. Far as
Word.
like your house going foreclosure, your business ain't opening back up, your fucking rent, you backed up on 4 months of rent. And now this shit out of lockdown, and your landlord want to know where the fuck they rent money at. That's when it becomes when these niggas, when all the society start complaining to the government. The first thing the government gonna say is, "Well, we gave y'all niggas money.
Yeah.
Y'all had options to go on unemployment. We
Yeah.
gave y'all $600 extra. We gave y'all stimulus checks. We gave y'all this. We gave y'all that. So y'all gonna have to owe that money regardless.
We
Like,
gave you that's the 40 acres and a mule. They're giving it to us now.
yeah,
You could buy a house and they're giving you money to buy a house. They're giving you your 40 acres and a mule now. What I see it as.
like you
I could
said,
be wrong.
a lot of niggas should be ashamed of themselves if they ain't got a lot of paper stacked up right now. Real shit. Because
Or
I feel as
they could
though
be like
you ain't
me. They
got
could be like me
no
and
you.
already hold up. Wait. Or they could be like me and already be behind on certain shit and use that money to catch up and to like proactive into when
Yeah.
this shit open back up.
I feel as though there's no point of if you broke right now, you on unemployment, you getting that 600, you getting that extra check, you getting these stimulus checks, and you know, nigga, you ain't paying rent or something like that. Nigga, the worst thing should be, oh, don't pull up to my shit.
Yeah, fuck you, Troy.
The worst,
You dropping bad nigga shit. Fuck you,
the
Troy.
worst thing should be is that one, you should have some paper stacked up, cause ain't no way in hell you're not going to no stores. All stores closed. Not unless you spending all your money online buying shit. Not unless you
Word.
blowing all your money on drugs. Nigga, you stuck in the house. Only thing you need is food, water, and fucking electricity,
Shit.
cable,
I don't know. I can't
typical
agree.
shit.
I
But
can't
I
agree.
feel as though nigga $600 could pay all that shit in one shot.
Word.
Like nigga, if you getting 600 bangs a week, nigga, that's 2,400 a month.
With
If you
2,400 to $1,200 checks on top of that.
and that's not even including your unemployment. That's just the 600 extra. So
That's the
some
extras.
nigga, yeah, some niggas getting $250 a week plus. You
Nigga,
feel me? Some
the,
niggas getting
the,
$400 a week plus. So some niggas really coming home with $1,000 a week,
yeah, staying
$4 grand
at
a month. Ain't no
$4
way in
grand
hell your rent,
staying at home.
and we know niggas ain't no your rent ain't no motherfucking 400 pass. Yo,
Yeah, man, this shit is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you damn right. When this shit
I'm
open
gonna
back
invite
up,
you. Hold up.
niggas gonna be into a big surprise.
Hell yeah, niggas gonna be mad as hell when they.
And that's why I'm not trying to cripple myself either.
Yeah, cause that's
I
what
ain't filed unemployment for like 3 weeks. I just hit the streets. Fuck it. I need to grind.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga. Like you said, if anything, it's your time to overcome all this bullshit. I'll be getting all this bread. If it was up to me,
Yeah.
I'll go on unemployment. Nigga, I need that. If I know I'll probably get like $1,000 a week. Nigga, that's 4 grand a month. And on top of that, like you said, that's 4 grand. It's been going on for like 3 months now. That's fucking
And it's
12.
going
That's
to
12.
2021.
That's $12,000, and you know damn well, even if you gotta pay rent and all that other shit, you could put up $2,000 a fucking month. 2,000 can go on bills and all that extra shit. Another 2,000 can be put up in the bank. Nigga, that's 8 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 6 grand already, just in your cut in the cut. That shit, I'm like I said, nobody should be broke. I don't want to hear nobody saying I don't got a car, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. Nigga, come the fuck on. What was you doing with your money?
Shit.
Like nigga,
You
it's,
also gonna
Word.
get it. If you don't get unemployment, then that's different. Shit, I don't get unemployment. I'm struggling. Fuck that.
I understand
Fuck.
that, but I'm talking
But
about we talking about the niggas that do though.
yeah,
That
because you gotta work to get unemployment. You gotta work to get unemployment. So if you can't get unemployment, you haven't worked.
yeah,
Long enough. Hell no.
yeah.
No, period. Because you can have a job for one day. If you put anything into unemployment, you have unemployment. We
No,
put
you
in
got to work for 6 months.
Yeah, you gotta work
Nah,
for
it's
6 months.
to
it's
get
not only
the
6 months though.
forgiveness, the
It's
PUA,
either
what it's
six
called,
months
the
or
pandemic,
whatever
It was
the
longer.
amount you hit.
pandemic relief, you can be a freelancer and get it.
Oh yeah,
And
self-employment. Yeah.
independent contractors could get it.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. If you're an independent entrepreneurs could get it. If you was an entrepreneur with a tax ID number, you can get unemployment. If you are whatever entity you end up being, if you got a tax ID number, you can get unemployment. If you work and put any bread into there, you can get unemployment. You will have what do they call it? Penalties. Like a couple weeks, you're not gonna get paid, but after that, you're getting paid because it's exactly what it is: unemployment. If you ain't got a job, you're unemployed.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that shit. I don't know. I just feel
Never
as
had a
though
job,
I
now
don't want to
unemployed.
hear niggas talking about they broke after this lockdown and shit, and after they stop all this money from coming. That shit's gonna make it crazy.
Hell yeah. Shit. Oh,
But
what did it say?
let's get on to this next shit. Like I said, before it's down, we're gonna get into what. Anybody seen the Ludacris versus Nelly shit on Saturday?
Nah, I
Nah,
missed
but
that
I
shit.
seen a little. It was a meme or something like that about it.
and Mundo said that money didn't pay his PSG bill. It's dark as hell over there.
Yeah.
Nah, but nobody didn't see the Ludacris and Nelly battle versus
Nah.
battle. I ain't gonna lie, Ludacris ate him up, bro. It was over with.
Yeah,
Like
Nelly, and all.
Nelly had some hits, but every
He
time he
did, but
plays
he's
some
not better.
shit,
Son, he's not nowhere near Ludacris though. He's nowhere near. So that's like fucking. That's like Gwen Stefani battling Ashanti.
Nah, the funny part is like, nigga, he was playing he played country grammar. Nigga Ludacris played lick you from your head to your toes. It wasn't everything that he was trying to play. Like Ludacris had something for it, and you it's like what I feel as though it's like what amped you up more. It was like more of an anthem music that was better, and Ludacris had more anthem music.
Yeah. He got that shit like throw them bowls. Like Luda got that shit.
Yeah. 24 grills, 24 wheels.
Ludacris was always that nigga though. You feel me? Nelly was just
the bills on my Cadillac.
Nelly just had country grammar.
He said, "I got a big weed stash. Cops just passed. Just seen a big old ass."
Hard, man.
Ludacris had some fire hits.
Yeah.
Stand up, dun dun dun. Stand up. Like that
When
nigga
I
had
move,
mad
you
shit.
move. Word.
Yeah, that nigga had some
Move this
shit.
shit out the way used to be my shit.
Yeah, for real. Can't fuck with that. That's what I said, I don't know. But Ludacris, he basically was promoting his new single with it had Lil Wayne on it and whatever. The new track called Silence of the Lamb. You know, one of the verses, like I said, like I was telling y'all earlier, he said, "The world is crazy. Niggas pouring drinks like Cliff Huxtables. I love R.Kelly, but around my daughter, I'm not comfortable." And a lot of fans started going crazy on him. Basically, let me go back. Let me see what they were saying. So they said, so one person says, sad that cancel culture only sticks when it's about black women. R. Kelly should be under the jail in the late 90s. And yet Ludacris think Robert Kelly brand has enough catchy to be name checked in the song in 2020 after a documentary. And then another person said Ludacris had an album cover where he was biting a faceless woman's leg while surrounded by fried chicken and beer bottles. The name of the album was called Chicken and Beer. Of course, these was his views on R. Kelly.
That shit went hard. That whole album went hard.
Alright, so another person said, how do you love a known pedophile after all the sick, twisted shit he did? And then somebody said Ludacris apparently said he loves R. Kelly but wouldn't trust him around his daughter. Men like Ludacris are the worst. You're acknowledging R. Kelly as a sexual predator, but you still love him. And I just want to get y'all opinion on how y'all feel about it.
Shit.
Hey, it's lyrics. The shit is sketchy.
What you got? What y'all got? What you got?
I feel as though like people be taking shit into people be looking into shit too hard. Like you feel me? Like I feel as though it was nothing wrong with what he said. Like because that's what people were saying back in the day, nigga. Like that's like niggas is too soft nowadays. I'm like, yo, back in the days, rappers used to rap about serial killers. Like niggas used to be like I kill niggas like Ted Bundy or some shit like that. And nowadays you say some shit like that, they be like, oh, you're promoting a serial killer.
Yeah,
Cancel
we don't
this
like
nigga.
that. Yeah.
like I be
The
feeling
black
like,
community doesn't need that anymore. We've been fighting that for years.
yeah.
Get the fuck out. You're sensitive, butthurt.
And there's a lot of shit that I feel niggas do be like hella sensitive about. And I be wondering like why, like the new generation of shit, niggas is sensitive about that. And I don't understand why people feel certain ways about shit that rappers and artists be saying when they're just putting lyrics together. Like, granted, I get what people saying is like, yo, like we can find anything in the world to talk about. Why the fuck we talking about R. Kelly in
Right.
2020 when we already got rid of this nigga? Like, you feel me? We got this
Yeah,
nigga
right.
out of here. But at the same token, it's like, bruh, he's not promoting R. Kelly. You feel me?
At all. He said what his preference was in music.
Yeah.
He didn't say I'm about to go hang out with R. Kelly, but when my daughter
Yo,
comes home, he gotta go
straight up,
home.
straight up, fuck them people. They just fucking haters. Cause like I said, I'm gonna listen to Michael Jackson to the day that I die.
Yeah,
I love some
but
fucking Michael Jackson music.
that Michael
Yeah,
Jackson shit was all allegations. Like, this shit that they saying,
because he was why? Because he was too old to actually investigate it.
no, it's because that the same people that accused Michael Jackson 1 minute said that he didn't do it, then the next minute said that he did do it, and then in the same breath try to sue Michael Jackson estate. So it's like, bro, what are you doing this for money? Because a lot of the bitches that said R. Kelly did this and this and this to him, they not looking for a check they not suing R. Kelly right now. You feel what I'm saying? And
Nah,
and it's different. I feel as though personally, if some grown motherfucker would have said, "Yo, we see Michael Jackson doing this shit to these kids," like, nigga, how many grown motherfuckers was saying, "Yeah, when R. Kelly was touching them bitches, when R. Kelly was doing this to them, and all this extra shit, we was there, we witnessed this shit." We just, you know what I'm saying? And they should be ashamed of themselves too. But they came out on a documentary and said, yeah, when I was older,
Years later,
yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the moment, they was grown and they seen that shit happen. Ain't no grown motherfucker said Michael Jackson was touching them kids and they seen that shit and they witnessed that shit. Like,
word.
like that's why I said I don't want to hear that bullshit with Mike. And then you got niggas saying, "Oh, Mike was a real nigga." Niggas that didn't even go, niggas that wouldn't even benefited off of saying that shit. Like, ain't like niggas threw them a check to say it or nothing. Niggas just off the strength, like, nigga, we know Michael Jackson was doing that. Nigga, Michael Jackson had bitches. Like, them niggas, them bitches just couldn't say nothing.
but R. Kelly's a talented motherfucker.
And this will put the nail in the coffin for Michael Jackson. When they found the reports of what they discovered on Neverland that made the whole shit, that had the whole shit, like was giving niggas a whole different assumption. As a child molester, if you was to go into a child molester porn stash, what would you think you'll find?
Oh,
Child shit,
It,
nasty little kid shit.
exactly. When they went to the ranch and they went through everything in the ranch when he passed away, guess what type of they found regular porn in Michael Jackson's like home.
Ash.
Regular.
He had a secret spot for the good stuff.
No, they went through the whole shit. Like they ransacked the whole shit. Mind you, this was after he passed away, so they had all, like, you
They
feel
had to
me?
go down to the sex house. It was like 2 miles the other way.
R. Kelly making money again though. They put his music back on all the spots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a little difficult, but
I guess they could discriminate. There's a lot of motherfuckers did a lot of fucked up shit. Their movies is out there. Their music is out there. Motherfuckers kill 200 people and get a book deal.
that's true. The world is different, like, but I
Some
feel
then you gotta realize some motherfuckers do this shit because they know these motherfuckers gonna make a movie about them. They say, if I kill 500 motherfuckers, I bet you they make a movie about me.
or write a book or something.
Yeah, they know that shit.
Oh, bro, you should have brought that this way.
Damn.
Word. So now that we let's go into this next topic. Now, my man Splash, he ain't up here today, but he wanted to get on this. He wanted to mention this topic and shit. He said he wanted to talk about shit your parents said when you was a child, when you got your ass whooped.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead and lay your ass down.
So
Get your ass out my goddamn face.
My favorite one was I brought you into this world, I'll take your ass out. That is the most illest shit I ever heard.
Had enough?
My favorite one was you getting your ass whooped and they asking you, you want something to cry for?
Motherfucker, you giving me something.
You killing me.
Yo. But I said, yo, the illest shit had to be, I brought you into this world, I'll take your ass out. Like, my nigga, you talking about killing me?
Right.
That's beyond a ass whooping, yo. That's funny, yo. That's why I'm laughing, because it's like, yo, that shit has me rolling, because I'm like, bruh, imagine you like nowadays you can't even tell your kids some shit like that. I swear to God, you going to jail.
Yeah.
Your kids is gone. Like,
what did you just say? It'll be somebody walking past. What did you just say to him?
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
I said I brought him in. I'm talking to him.
For sure.
Yo, like you said, another funny thing was you want me to give you something to cry about? Like, motherfucker, I'm crying already.
Because of you.
Nah, it be always some funny shit though. I remember I used to go to the store, right? And you looking at the candy section in the bodega, and then it be like, don't look at that motherfucker. You ain't getting nothing out that motherfucker. I don't even know how you looking.
Mm-hmm.
You start crying and shit. You be like, you want me to give you something to cry about? Motherfucker, you already did. You said I couldn't get no candy, nigga.
Every reason.
For real.
I'm gonna be crying for like 4 or 5 different reasons. I'm gonna go to sleep.
And then, hey yo, the funniest shit about it is they be buying hella shit. They be like, I ain't got no goddamn money. You like, yo, I just seen you with all the fucking money.
Yo, parents be too crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, right now, as a parent, like, I'd be like, I'll just say typical shit. Like, lay your motherfucking ass down and some shit like that. I ain't gotta go haywire. Like,
the crafty shit, I ain't with all the crafty shit. They was too crafty back in the day.
For real. But that's another funny thing. Like, parents didn't really give a fuck back in the day about your feelings, but that's what made you tougher as you get older. Like,
that's just like they back in the day, they didn't give a fuck if nobody else seeing you getting your ass whooped. Somebody else be like, oh, why you fucking him up? Look, if he rob your ass, don't knock on my door tonight. If he do something to yo, if he steal your motherfucking car or he do something, don't be coming to my motherfucking door.
Yeah. Nowadays, back in the day, shit, you could get hit by somebody else's parents, you go home, and they still get your ass whooped. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, you be like, such and such hit me. What the fuck did you do?
Good. Yeah. Good for your ass.
Want to hit you.
Hey, yo, let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all hear about Lil Boosie?
Huh?
Did you hear about Lil Boosie?
What happened?
He got his sons and all his nephews' dick sucked by some grown chick.
Hold on. Ed just jumped in. Ed jumped in on the comment. This is some true shit. You know, before you even get to the store, what your parents said.
You better not look at
Don't touch nothing.
Look at that shit.
When we get in the store, don't touch nothing, don't look at nothing. That's some true shit though, yo. She give you the whole pep talk a block down from the store. Look, I ain't got a lot of motherfucking money. Don't ask for nothing. They'll tell you, they'll start.
Touch nothing.
Yo, I
Don't
ain't
even
gonna
look
lie.
at it.
Your parents are keeping it real as fuck with you. My motherfucking check was low this week. Don't ask for nothing. Don't look at nothing. I gotta buy your motherfucking ass some shoes this week because you fucked those up.
Fucking up your shoes.
My mother used to always tell me when she bought me a video game or something, she'd be like, look, motherfucker, you want this game or you want to eat tonight? Yo,
Oh shit.
you be like,
Game, please, 400.
nah, me and Ron used to be like, we want the game. So my mother bought a game, right?
Word.
Yeah, you playing this shit. It's like 7 o'clock at night. Mom, I'm hungry. She said, put some fucking salt and pepper on that game and eat that shit. Put some fucking salt and pepper on that game and eat that shit. I used to roll, yo. That shit used to have me rolling for real. Cause she was not playing that shit, yo. She really used to be like, put some fucking salt and pepper on that game and eat that shit. Me and Ron used to wind up always going in the refrigerator and create some shit. But yeah, go ahead. What you was talking about, Reef? Cause I heard about that too.
Yo, they coming at the nigga neck. But he said, I don't give a fuck. He's like, those my sons and my nephews. Yeah, I got they dick suck. I'm training them boys. They're gonna be right. I said, yeah. Y'all just coming at Boosie neck. I said, hey.
Yeah, Boosie a wild child. I think we talking about that. I think we talked about that the last podcast. I'll be like, we gotta stop as men, we gotta stop allowing certain shit to be like gentrified. Like basically, because like I said, if a grown ass woman come on the shit and talk about I'm training my nieces and my daughters to fuck with older men or some shit like that, nigga, we will have a whole nother look on that shit. But since it's some boys, you feel me? He don't necessarily know.
I ain't approve of that underage shit. I don't approve of that.
Hell no. I be like, even worse is that, like I tell people all the time, people think that the worst people are men pedophiles. I be like, it's way more women pedophiles than men, to be honest. They just don't get caught. You feel what I'm saying?
Check this out.
I ain't gonna say more. I'm gonna say it's an equal amount. Put it like that, cause I don't want to be like that person. But I'm gonna say it's an equal amount of women pedophiles such as men pedophiles. It's just that the women pedophiles don't get caught, not unless they teachers and shit. How many fucking times we see every day teacher get locked up having sex with 12-year-old student, some shit like that.
Yeah. Word. Now, pertaining to that, I wouldn't try to get any kids to like have sex. I found out my son and my nephews were doing that without my involvement. I'd be like, oh, all right, that's what's up. I give them a little pound. Ooh, good job. But for me to set it up, hell no. Yeah. Somebody over 18 to set that shit up, hell no. Somebody over their age bracket to set it up is wrong. Because they wasn't even thinking about that shit. Now you done put this crazy shit that some niggas out here ain't even getting that. Grown men ain't getting no pussy.
Yeah.
Putting that on a 12-year-old plate, that's a plate that this motherfucker don't know how to eat off of.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, who's to say they're even going to respect women after that? Because
that's what I was saying. You
how easy it was.
So fuck these hoes.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, like you said, you don't know if you fucking probably created a pedophile or fucking
exactly. But if they did that shit
or some shit,
do y'all think? I don't know.
It should I feel as though that certain shit like that should naturally come. You should not set somebody up, not unless they a grown ass man. And even then, you should laugh about it. But you should not set up no fucking young ass boys to get some damn pussy at 12 years old.
That's a what do you call that? A virtue every man has to overcome for itself. You got to get yourself some pussy first.
Yeah, for real. You ain't gonna
get you some pussy first.
Yeah. Not only that, you gonna have niggas thinking like automatically that they could get some pussy like I said, you could create a rapist and won't even know it. Cause in his mentality, he thinking like, yo, if I meet the next bitch, I supposed to get some pussy. Like it's supposed to be coming to me automatically. Like, and you done call some shit where now this nigga 18
Can't
years old
understand them.
can't understand rejection and shit.
Right.
Like he probably, and then you create
If you got him some head this month, and he be like, "Yo, Bob, you think you can get another bitch to come to next month? You gonna get them to get it again?"
And then, like I said, them bitches should be locked up. You got grown ass women out here giving 12-year-olds head.
They did it for money though. At the same time, it's money. I don't approve of prostitution, but you don't know who they feeding with that.
That's
I
what I'm
just think the
saying.
whole situation was bad.
That bitch need
If
morals, and she need to get that.
The prostitute get locked up, so should Lil Boozy.
Yeah, but the bitches should have more like respect. Like that's still raping, regardless of the fact that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, self-respect.
moralities. Like you gotta have morals. Like you feel me? Like you could be a prostitute and be like, I ain't fucking no 12-year-old. Like you got me fucked up. You feel me? 21, 18 up.
It could have been 700 people that told him no, but the 701 person said yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all judgment. You don't know.
That bitch is nasty.
Yeah.
That's what I do know.
And it was wrong.
Yo, she did that little nigga dirty. She did that little nigga dirty, yo.
What you say, Chris?
I said she did that little nigga dirty.
Why you say that?
Cause you see how the people walked up? Oh my God, I know that ain't such and such. That shit crazy, man. You ever? Huh?
What you talking about?
I thought y'all was talking about the video. I thought y'all was talking about the video when they caught little bruh hitting that box. I think he looked like he was in New York or some shit. And they was like, oh no, baby. They like, oh no, I hope there ain't such and such right there. They said that bitch got eggs. And then that's when he jumped like, they're like, baby, I hope you got a condom on. And then he just stopped.
That was a crazy video. But we talk about Lil Boozy and getting his nephews and sons' dicks up.
Oh, how old was he?
He said, "Oh."
Do you think that was wrong? You think that was right? We could get on this subject for a second. We gonna check.
No, Lamar Odom's son. What's that? LeBron? Whose son came out gay? That's a basketball player. We're not talking about that.
Chris, you can't be on the podcast.
I'm just referring
subjects, man.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, though, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. You gotta listen to my reasons of saying it. Don't just cut me off, bro. Listen, look, kids are coming out gay, bro. So you gotta protect your son's manhood by showing him what that shit is like. You feel me? So that's why I asked you, how old is his son? You feel me? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with if his son's 16 years old. I don't see nothing wrong with it if his son's 17 years old, 18 years old. He's showing them how to be a man. You feel me? How to be a man.
They 12 years old.
Well, then you kick, man, that little gay dude on the basketball player, niggas, man, listen, he young as hell. You feel me? They are fucking with the younger kids' gender. Where kids are growing up. I'm sorry to say it. I know I may sound bad or so, but how you want your kid to come out that way? No, that's hard to deal with. You know what I mean? So
hey, you at a party?
Huh? Oh yeah, it's got a little glow shit going on, man. We here. We got the little glow thing going on.
It look like you at a rave or some shit.
Nigga, I can't be around. Yo, yeah, I got the gang in here too. They got the glow shit on too. You feel me? Like we here. Like you feel me? We gotta enjoy this quarantine shit. Niggas grilling, shine. You feel me? Like we here.
Yeah, you funny as hell. He said you at a party.
You at a party, my nigga?
Nah, but what I'm saying is that.
Nah, but real shit though. You feel me? Like think about it. Like this world, 2020 is getting real crazy. You feel me? So it's like you gotta secure your child's mind. I mean, I don't know why he was getting his son head. That's crazy. And who he got it from? Some adult? Because he wasn't talking to no kid to convince her to give him head. You feel me? So it's like
it's different ways you could allow your you could allow your son or your daughter Like you grow up, you tell them like, yo, listen, this is how shit should be. The world that they're trying to promote now is different, but it's up to you to choose which path you want to go. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not about to like I feel as though with Dwayne Wade's son is that he's supporting his son too much right now to be that young. You feel what I'm saying? Him being that young, Dwayne Wade's son being that young and like to me he's promoting that shit. Like allowing his son to be gay when he's not giving his son time to really reflect on what he actually do want. His son could say like, "Yo, I like boys now," but he never had a lick of pussy. You feel me? You should not. You feel me? You're not gonna know what the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, like I said, it's however you raise your child. That's your determination of how they're gonna grow up. You can't really you can motivate them in different paths and different shit like that. Like a lot of bitches that became gay is because what? They either their parents didn't want them having a boyfriend, so they was around girls all the time. And then when they in high school, they wound up being gay. That's just how it is. A lot all right. I mean around my era growing up. Cause now it's different. But around my era growing up, you either see one like even with niggas will be in school, you'll know some nigga is gay. You'll be like, bruh, they niggas will call him gay and all that shit in high school and all that shit. And then the nigga grow up and what is he? He wind up being gay. You feel what I'm saying? And it be gay niggas that be having babies and all types of shit and wind up getting over that shit and then just it's like I said, the world is different now. We accept everything more. It's more acceptable now, and that's why it's so far. It's like fiction, like non-fictional to us. Like whatever the fuck the shit is, it's so like crazy to us because we see it now, and we wasn't used to that shit growing up. And now that we see that shit now, it's fuck our heads up. Like we don't know how, as adults, we don't know how to handle that shit. But the kids, they like, bruh, like this is what the next generation is about. Like you can pick whatever the fucking side you want to pick and not be judged for it or not, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck the case may be.
That's how they making it now, yeah.
Yeah, that's how they make it now. Like where anybody can be accepted for who they want to be. And to me, the people that push that narration on life right now is the for one the adults that actually got into power that was gay. You feel me? It's a lot of people in power right now that are gay. Like you feel me? And they feel as though they had a rough life. So they like, man, we had a rough life growing up as kids, so we gonna push the agenda to say, well, now the next kids that's growing up ain't gonna have so much of a bad vibe. Cause like at a certain time in life, I'm gonna say the early 2000s, a lot of gay kids was hanging themselves, killing themselves, all types of shit, cause they wasn't accepted. And I feel as though if to save them people lives, if allowing that shit to be cool now on both sides of the field would save people lives like that, then I'm cool with it. You feel me? If gay kids ain't gonna be hanging themselves, killing themselves, going out shooting up schools and all that shit, or all that shit, or being killed by a whole bunch of other people, and they have a chance to live now because we accept that shit in society, then I'm cool with it. Because like once you know your sexuality, you're fine. Like you feel me? Kids, I feel as though as parents though, we can't allow a certain age. Like for instance, 12 years old, motherfucker, I don't want you dating, period. I don't give a fuck if you like boys or girls. Yo ass should be worried about fucking school. Yep. Fuck is you talking? Like you can't even wipe your ass right. So don't be worried about you dating another person. Like you feel what I'm saying? Or something like that. That's just me as a parent. Like you feel what I'm saying? That's how I look at a 12-year-old, a typical 12-year-old in any era of life. You can't even find out what you're going to eat tonight. You feel me? Don't tell me about you liking boys or liking girls. I don't give a fuck. Even if you was my son and you talking about, oh, I got a girlfriend. No, the fuck you don't. Nigga, you ain't got no money. You don't
Hey,
do
nigga.
shit.
You remember our parents would be like, I ain't raising no babies, motherfucker.
Yeah, for
There ain't no
real.
babies in this motherfucker house.
And that's all I'm saying. It's like, fuck the agenda of, oh, you allowing your son to be accepted as him liking boys. He shouldn't be liking no fucking body but himself at 12 years old. He should be liking everything that a fucking 12-year-old boy should be liking besides another female or shit, another male. Either way, like, thinking like people be allowing their kids to have too much control of their life when they
As a
can't
kid.
even,
As a kid.
as a kid, yeah, when they can't even survive, they can't even keep their life together without your guidance. You
You
feel
gotta
what
take
I'm
them
saying?
cell phones away. Go back old school.
And that's why I say it be some bullshit. Like life right now, I'm like, bro, it's different because as kids, they get too much leeway.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Now they get on this. Now these kids got TikTok and shit. Now they can talk to a million kids over the fucking world.
Word. And
What's
now it's
different?
adults on this shit. That's what's fucking.
Yeah. Like what makes that different from any social media site where it's dating and all that shit involved in it?
It
Like
was
what
a kid,
make
it was a kids platform. What I'm fucked up about is that it was a kids platform, and now you got strippers and grown ass bitches on TikTok twerking and shit like that. That was a straight kids platform, bro.
yeah.
Now it's now you go on TikTok, bro. I promise you, type in twerking, anything like that. That shit popping right up. This is what they're seeing as kids, and their parents was okay. Oh, you got a TikTok? Oh, all right, let me look into it. All right, that's for kids. It
Yeah.
ain't no more.
It
The
ain't.
fuck, the kids still on it.
Like the kids can't even have their own shit.
Nah, and that's fucked up.
Like bad enough, like you said, bad enough when Instagram and all that shit came out, you were like, yo, you can't like as a parent, you be like, yo, you can't have no fucking
Yeah,
Instagram.
no, but
Like,
now,
but then they come out with the TikTok shit for the kids, and you look at it and you like, all right, that's cool. But like you said, now you see it and you be like, motherfucker, you can't have this neither, cause now all the grown
no,
people taking over
you
this,
really can't have
and
this.
that's the problem I don't like with grown people. Grown people try to live vicariously through child like the shit that's popping for children. Anything that's popping for children right
Yep.
now, they try to
Let me
take
be young
advantage
again.
of it.
Let
And
me be
grown
young.
ass people do it. Any challenge that they do, that spin the cap off the bottle challenge. Nigga, that's for
Turn down the
kids.
hamburger.
That's for kids.
Yeah,
And grown ass people start doing it and just taking over it. Or
that-
the flip the bottle shit with the water. That shit's for kids. Grown people just took over it. Everything that
Oh yeah, you're right about that. That's crazy. It's getting
But
crazy
but
nowadays.
but but
Like,
but some of them challenges, I respect some of the grown people doing it because they're doing it with their kids. Their kids ask them, "Yo, do this with me." And they
That's
say, "All
different.
right,
That's
yeah,
different.
no,
I
that
respect
I
that.
respect." You
I
feel me?
respect that too, but like, you gotta, but you gotta understand, like, these people are like trying to take over these kids' platforms, like they saying, and then if they're trying to introduce all that shit into their
That's exactly what
and make a movement and everything else, like it's just gonna be more like you're just introducing the kids to the grown world. You feel
happened.
me? You're showing them things that they ain't supposed to be doing. You're showing them that this is cool and this is what you should be doing. Now your kids that you leave in the room and be like, all right, go ahead, go in your room and go watch TV. You think it normal. Oh, they're gonna go watch TV. They're in the room trying to twerk. You feel me? Like it gets deep. Like you feel me? Like and then these kids, you gotta understand, like, nigga, we kept secrets from our parents. You don't think these kids gonna keep secrets from their parents? Come on, man.
of
We
course.
here. It's 2020. It's 2020. We gotta take the phones out their hands. Give me that. You feel me? because it ain't gonna lead to nothing but bad because everybody on quarantine right now. So the most is happening. You know, people found out how to post naked pictures on IG without getting banned. You know, people found out how to post naked pictures on IG without getting banned.
Mm-hmm.
They found out how to do it. So now it's about to be naked pictures on Instagram. Like, it's crazy. You feel me? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'll be like I said, the world is different. I mean, like I said, but I feel as though it led up to this shit. Same way when like back in the day when club music used to come on, and then you got grown, like at a time it just started to slightly ease up, and it became what it is now. Back in the day when grown folks used to do their thing, your ass had to be in the room. You couldn't see nothing the grown folks did at all, nigga. From drinking, from dancing, from whatever they doing. Get your motherfucking ass in the room. You from the rip. Then,
Get
as
the fuck in the room.
yeah, and then as years progress, and you get into the 80s, the 90s, then you grown people having parties. Now you sitting and you can see what the fuck going on. You can see,
Hell yeah, I
your
get to
mother
see it.
shaking your ass. You can see, the grown folks dancing, grinding on each other and shit like that. So you see this shit now. Now you see what the grown people doing. Drinking, getting drunk, smoking, all that shit like that. Fast forward it to the 2000s, and now, nigga, you do everything in front of in front of fucking kids, and they expect, you know what I'm saying, you expect them not to take that lead, you feel me, as they getting
Right.
older.
Let me tell you something. Y'all forgetting a big factor in all of this bullshit.
What's up?
What?
A lot of these kids get this shit from school, bro.
Yeah.
Some of the parents don't know. Some of the parents don't even know.
School.
Some of the parents don't even know half
They
the
do.
shit. They be like, "What the fuck is you doing?" Oh, where the fuck you learn that shit at? You feel me? Oh, I was at school. You looking like you're supposed to be at school fucking learning. Like a lot of people, most motherfuckers have their connects at school. That's where you got your e-pills. That's where you got your fucking weed from. Before, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't want your parents to find out. You ain't want to go to the block with the older nigga. He like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can get it from a nigga your age from school. Yeah, nigga, I got some weed, nigga. Yeah, I stole the shit from my brother and them.
Yep.
Everything, bro. Man, niggas had ratchets in their lockers. Niggas had weed, coke. Niggas had every fucking thing, bro. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, man, you learned so much fucked up shit at school, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah.
People don't realize, you sending your kids to school. Some of them learning, and some of them learn. They learning some shit, all right.
That's true.
Some shit.
Or like you said, fresh ass girls in school and shit.
Yeah.
And you feel me? You know your parents tell you not to do this, not to do that. And then it become a popularity test, you feel me, where kids want to be down with the most popular kids, so they wind up doing the same shit that been going on for generations and generations.
Yeah,
you feel me?
School.
But I feel as though a lot of people I still feel as though it's a two-way effect, because a lot of people I know that parents did not play that shit at all, was not up for the bullshit, because they knew. You feel me? That, like, for instance, I like when I was smoking weed, after I started smoking weed, I noticed, I thought it was bad at the time. But I noticed that, my father smoked weed. Why? Because I used to see that shit on his mirror in his room all the time. So I'm like, if my pops do it, it can't be that fucking bad. You feel me? Like I'm saying, some parents just don't play. Like I said, it's a lot of parents. Like I tell people, as parents growing up, you can't give your kid no fucking leeway. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I hate when people say, "Oh, they kids, they gotta live their life." Yeah, but I realize a lot of that life living could be happening when they're in their 20s. You feel me? When they're 18, 19, 20, 21, all that shit. Everything that I experienced, I feel as though I was gypped out of a lot of shit.
Go ahead and preach, brother.
I feel as though that I was gypped out of a lot of shit because I was trying to be grown so young. So I couldn't experience these shits when I actually was supposed to experience them shits. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what you feel by getting gypped. Because like I said, nigga, you can start smoking weed at 18. You don't gotta fucking start smoking weed at 12, 13 years old. You can start smoking weed at 19, 20. You feel
Or you
me?
could just not start smoking weed.
There you go. But if you want to experiment, you shouldn't be experimenting at no fucking young age. You shouldn't be fucking everything that you experiment as a fucking teenager. You can wait to start experimenting when you 18, 19, 20. Because when you jip yourself from these things, guess what? Your reality starts to kick in way ahead of time. You're not going to enjoy life as much no more at 18, 19, 20 because you done put yourself in a hole so much that you actually got to climb out that hole at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You climbing out of a hole that you put yourself into as a teenager.
But sometimes it's better to start that hole when you're young. Because once you get that shit out your system, by the time you're 19, 20, you're like, that shit ain't for me. Now you got the rest of your life, you living without all that bullshit because you got it out your system.
Or you continue in that same bullshit for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you
That's
could.
what I'm saying. It's like you want to give yourself something to fall back on. A lot of people fuck their whole high school. Nigga, I ain't never graduate. I ain't never go to prom. I ain't never do none of that shit. You know why? Because I wanted to do the bullshit young. When I could have, you know what I'm saying, at least got that off and then did the bullshit. But at least I know after I'm done with the bullshit, I knew I still got my high school diploma. I still experienced prom. I still experienced crossing the stage, graduating. Shit like that. Shit that you should have did when you was young, but you wanted to be so grown in that teenage year. So now you put yourself in a hole. And when you get older, you still crawling out that hole at 25, nigga.
I mean, that's some people. Like, some people don't even give a fuck about that graduation and crossing and all that shit. Some people just say, yo, I'm finished school. Fuck it, I'm happy that. But some people don't give a fuck about all that primitive shit.
A lot of people do, though. A lot of people, when you sitting around 4 or 5 people that's telling you how they, like, oh, nigga, you get 30 years old, now you can go back to your, whatever the fuck it is, when they go back as grown people, the class or whatever.
And the reunion?
The reunion. Nigga, you could experience certain shit that when you get older, you like, damn. Like, you feel me? I wish I experienced that shit. I wish I can do that shit. You feel me? Or, certain shit that you do as, like, you want to just be a child as much as you can. That's all I'm saying. Be a teenager. Definitely. Be all that shit as much as you can. Because when the real world hits you, that shit hits you with no chill.
Definitely enjoy your childhood.
That shit is going to run over your whole life, nigga. When you got to wake up in the morning, like, what the fuck I'm going to eat? And, nigga, it's all dependent on you. How I'm going to maintain my life, nigga.
Once them bills start rolling and you start listening, you start thinking about the shit your parents used to say, like,
for real. For
real.
Like,
this shit real.
Mm-hmm. When all your priorities gotta go away.
Wow. This real life shit, real shit, I ain't even gonna lie. That shit kicked a lot of my niggas' asses.
Yeah.
And when I say that, like, I mean that shit with everything, you feel me? And I tell these niggas, like, yo, you never started. You feel me? Like, sad to say that niggas is older, like, almost like 30. You feel me?
Yeah, when you telling them in their face, like, nigga, you ain't even started to be grown yet.
Right. You didn't even have the first job. You feel me? Like, it's just like, damn, like, and I know I'm not
replace.
Real shit.
Because I feel them. And
yeah, I do.
I just start thinking about a couple people like, I damn change.
Yeah. Like, and I feel it though, even if you had a first job, you ain't having more than a couple of years. You really never had that real job experience. Like, you feel me? Niggas be like, yo, I had 3 jobs, but nigga, all 3 jobs you only been working there for 4 months. Nigga, that shit don't count. You feel me? You gotta put in time to understand how the work life is. Like, you feel me? Like you said, it's a lot of niggas that never even paid a bill and they like 35 years old, or never had to really like kick in the funds, or like niggas that never even like I said, it's nothing to joke about, because there's so many niggas in the hood like that, that never that and to be honest, they afraid to push that bar. They're afraid to be old. They're afraid to grow up.
Right.
Niggas is
You're right about that.
they
They're
already,
afraid.
yeah, they already 28, 29, 30, 35, 40. They don't want to live that life that everybody's saying that, because what's been working for them is the bullshit. You feel me?
Till the bullshit don't work no more.
Exactly. And that's just a real rap. But we about to cut
Real
this
rap.
shit loose. Like, you feel me? My People Podcast. Until next time, we ain't about to have this shit 3 hours in. You feel me?
Yeah.
See y'all niggas Wednesday.
For sure.
Alright, my niggas love that niggas.
A lot of them niggas back. You
Peace.
heard? A lot of
All
you
day.
heard?
Word. Stay
Yes,
safe, y'all.
podcast. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.